Okay, good afternoon, YouTubers. Okay, I want to vent something that is getting way out of hand here. Okay, on the news yesterday, they found out that John Muir, one of the great environmentalists, naturalists ever, that they dug up a story that he's a racist. Okay, you know what? To me, that's over the top, and it really pissed me off. I'll tell you the reason why. Because you know what, though, I used to work for the U.S. Forest Service, California Conservation Corps. I've been an environmental activist since I was a kid. Okay, I did admire John Muir. There are many monuments and schools and businesses named after him. He's also founder of the Sierra Club. Okay, now ever since George Floyd been murdered by cops. Okay, now all this shenanigans start popping up. We got riots and people tear down monuments. He's gonna, like I say, even got rid of the food product called Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben and all that. But you know what though? And to me, it's taking it too far this time. I'm gonna tell you about John Muir, okay? I'm gonna tell you. You gotta remember, the younger generation today probably never heard of John Muir, okay? Because a lot of schools don't teach him that much. But I'm gonna tell you, his story is still available on the internet and library in books and public libraries. Because it's one thing though, that I knew some people when they went to schools named after John Muir and they never heard of him. And also, I'm gonna tell you, my son went to George Washington Carver School, and a lot of kids never heard of him. But I told my son about him. See, that's a darn shame. Okay. Now, people who don't know history is going to erase something, tear down something. Okay, like erasing history itself. Okay, I'll tell you about John Muir. Okay, he's the man, the reason why we have the national forests, the national parks, and the beautiful wonders of the world. Okay, right now, thanks for his effort. Because you got to remember that in 1800s, okay, during the Western expansion, or actually expansion over the United States, that trees have been cut down, resources been abused. Okay, and there's one activist named John Muir. He's the one that influenced the government to put a stop to all the abuse of resources. Okay, you got to remember, I grew up in Southern California. All right, I'm gonna tell you, Southern California did have a lot of forests. Okay, all right, and you know what? Santa Ana Mountains, it has a lot of forests. Guess what happened? It got logged. Most of them logged up. Only timber only exists in the canyon. I used to work for the Cleveland National Forest. Okay, I seen them. Well, actually, you know what? I'm based up in Tribuco District. Descanso District. And like most of the trees in the Tribuco District are gone. Only grew around fire station and in canyons. In some places, I've seen them. I've been up there. I used to live in Inland Empire. I did see some pine trees in the canyons. Okay, you know what? I'll tell you, I'm the generation who missed out seeing all that. Okay, you know what? I used to work in the Sierras, in the California Conservation Corps. I seen remnants of giant trees. I only see them as stumps. I've been to Sequoia National Park and Yosemite. Okay, I seen those giant trees. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing though. That in the Palomar Mountains in San Diego, like east of I-15, heading towards Temecula, there's some Douglas fir trees still there, but you gotta get there by foot. I used to work in Forest Service. We hiked down there from Palomar Mountain down to Griffith Springs Fire Station off Highway 79. You know what? It's a designated wilderness area called Tableau Wilderness. That there's a remnants of logging roads and turn up hiking trails. I seen some massive some fir trees up there. See, they're still in California. Used to be many of them as well. Okay. The reason why Department of Interior were established is to regulate resources and protect the beautiful wonders of nature as well. So that's why my generation and my son can see all that, because it wasn't for John Muir. The whole mountains will be shot brown. Why don't trees look at? Now what really gets to me is that ever since George Floyd, and now they start tearing down monuments. And you know what? It really got them most. They dug a story that John Muir is a racist. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, maybe he is, maybe he's not. You gotta remember, he lived in the 1800s. Okay, Rana. Okay, people. That's their mentality in those days. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. My grandparents and my parents grew up in Jim Crow. The N-word, okay, or any other derogatory terms upon people of color, and was a common thing to them, okay. And I'm gonna tell you, my parents and my grandparents had put up with that until the civil rights movement, okay. Truth is, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, John Muir may have some flaws, okay, but he done a whole lot. He done a whole lot for people. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have a job with the Forest Service, because probably the Forest Service wouldn't exist. We gotta remember, the Forest Service were one time under Department of Interior. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, it's getting too silly right now. I've been seeing all this happening in 2020. I've been in the world for 54 years. Okay, I didn't see nothing like this. Riots and vandalism, tearing down monuments. They doing more than tearing down monuments. They're tearing down monuments, everything now. This seems even offensive. I think the problem is that people need to be educated about history. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, John Muir done a whole lot. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. What happened to George Floyd was sad and wrong. Okay, you got to remember, George Floyd has some issues. Okay, he ain't contributing nothing to society. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you, he's a common criminal. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna repeat this because it's all talked about already on the internet. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, George Floyd had contributed nothing to society. Okay, that now they turned into a martyr for racial equality. Okay, you got to remember that I do admire people of racial equality who contributed something to this world. Okay, I've done a lot for racial equality too, by my work. Okay, when I was a forest firefighter, I've been in places where mostly white people exist. Like when they see me up there in their neighborhood, in their community, that shows that this black man and other people of color had done something for their community. See, that's how I deal with. That's how I use racial equality through my work. Okay, but you know what? Leave John Muir alone. Okay, he done a lot already. Of course, he has some flaws. Maybe it's race, maybe it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, all this stuff got started after some mass shooter, I'm gonna tell you, a crazy young white supremacist. Okay, he probably some punk with a gun, shot up a church. That's all this got started. To show a picture of him with a Confederate flag and an old South African flag. Okay, that's when it started prompting to ban Confederate flag, might be to do that. That's how it all got started. I told my wife that I'm gonna tell you, if they do that, they always want more. I am so right. So please, people, it's just an object. It don't hurt you, okay? We got more problems. So first of all, leave John Muir alone, okay? He done a whole lot for his world already, despite his flaws. Bye bye.